County branches. Oh, sorry. Okay. If you have any questions about what I talked about today, you can contact me, or you can head into one of your local branches and they can walk you through it, or you can give them a call. I see that the Community Partnership on Aging, you have a South Euclid-Lyndhurst branch that you can visit. There's a Mayfield branch, a brand new Richmond Heights branch, Mayfield Village. I'll be showing a map in a minute. Or if you have a device like a tablet or a smartphone and you want to access our resources and you're having trouble doing that, you can take that in to one of our librarians and they can walk you through that as well. So you're not left out in the cold after today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, let's begin. Okay, let me see if I close this, will I leave? Okay, no, okay. So the Cuyahoga County Public Library System has 27 branches all throughout Cuyahoga County. And I need to move this thing up here. Awesome. So this is us. We have 27 branches throughout Cuyahoga County, and we serve 47 different communities. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Like I said before, we have a Mayfield branch that is beautiful, a South Euclid branch that is amazing. I was just there last week. We have a brand new Richmond Heights branch. Gates Mills, our Orange branch is amazing. So all of these branches over here are our physical branches that you can go and visit. And they have wonderful librarians there that are waiting to help you with any of your questions. So this is a list of our physical branches. Let's go back to our website here. So where do you find us online? Our website is cuyahoga.library.org. You can find that by, oops, I should go to Google. You can type in cuyahoga.library.org, or you could type in Cuyahoga Library. And we are the very first one. Click, click. This is our homepage. Up here at the top, this menu here will navigate you to anything that you want to do. This page here has all of our branches and where to find us. There's a tab here for borrowing the variety of items that we have available. We're more than books. I will be talking more about our digital collection today. This is also where you can get a library card. If you don't have a library card with our library system, one library card is good for all of our branches. You don't have to get one for each one. It's universal. Getting a library card, you can do that here. You can physically go into the building and fill out a library card. It is free, free to everyone who lives in Ohio. That's the amazing thing about Ohio libraries. Or you could access one online if you wanted to fill out this application. You can apply online and we will mail it to you. And then you can start using the library card and all of our resources. Library to You is our books by mail service, and you can apply for that here. And if you don't have a library card, we will also send you an application for that. And Library to You is, again, books by mail. You'll sign up for that, and it's available to seniors. And we send you books in the mail, and it's wonderful. So you would call our branches or go online and request those. We also have a service called Personalized Picks. So it's like having your own librarian. You fill out a real brief survey asking you, like, what are the last books that you read? What do you have a taste for right now? What did you like about those books? And then a librarian will respond to you within a few days with some books they think you would like. Very, very cool. And then we also have toys and bookable kits. So if you have little people in your life, these are amazing because toys are expensive. We have everything from baby toys like kitchen sets to toys for adults. We have puzzles, we have memory games, we have board games, we have oversized playing cards, we have a Scrabble board that spins around so you don't have to keep turning the board. So we have a lot of things. I use the toy library all the time just to see what we have. So if you click here to borrow toys, this will give you a picture gallery of some things that we have. It can be a little overwhelming because we have so much stuff, from like little people to counting games to Chinese checkers. We have lots of games. They're a lot of fun. I'm going to go through games here. Bowling. So I won't go. And those are requestable just like books. So you would click on one. Let's go back to Chinese checkers. If this looks like something that you would like to check out, it's also jumbo. You click on request and it will take you to our catalog. And then you would type in your library card number and your PIN. So, and the PIN is usually the last four numbers in your phone number, unless you set it to something else. If you need to reset it, you can do that in the branch. Over here is our events. These are all the events that we have in person. We've just started doing in-person events again, and virtual events. With everything that last year, we launched into the world of virtual events, and we have so many events that are available. We have things on health and healthcare, but we also have some really fun ones. We had a watercolor painting virtual program where everyone, you get your watercolor kit sent to you, and then you follow the instructor online. There are presentations on authors, this historical events, funny programs, information programs on staying safe at home. If you are a senior, you know how to prevent trips and falls. Computer classes, just an amazing variety of programs, from informational, educational, historical. We had one for the Chinese New Year. I could just go on. Let's see here. We also have story times. Our branches just resumed those as well. Oh, author visits. We have virtual author visits, as well as we just started our in-person author visits as well. And if you like to read, these are fascinating. I learned something from every author that I've ever watched, even if I haven't read their books. Just learning on their process is just so fascinating. Our story times, those are in person again. We also have them online. Those are for babies, toddlers, and preschoolers. And we have some genealogy resources there. This will tell you all about us and our policies. If you know anyone looking for employment, we have amazing job opportunities. The variety of services that we have. At our South Euclid branch, we have a memory lab. So if you have cassettes or 8mm film or floppy disks or slides, VHS, and you want to scan them to DVD or to a digital format, you can take them to the memory lab, get an orientation, and then you can start digitizing all those amazing memories so you can start accessing them again. And they have classes on that too. So the library also has an app if you wanted to download that to your smart device, like your tablet or your smartphone. sometimes, depending on the size of your device, let me see if I can hold this up and you can see it. This is my floating arm. I'm going to get rid of my fancy background. Okay, now you can see my boring office. Sometimes, as we know, browsing websites on here can be challenging because the screen is so small. Oh, I want to get this off of here. So the app can be helpful. So instead of having everything scrunched, the app has it in a real nice, more mobile format. And it has all the same tabs and everything that you can access on our site. And to download that, along with the rest of the apps that I'll be mentioning today, you would just go to your app store. If you have an iPhone or an Apple product, that is called the App Store. And if you have an Android, I think it's called the Play Store. And then there are other library apps as well. So a lot of the resources that I'll be talking about today have apps like this one here, Libby. This is how you would access our eBooks, our eBooks to read, and also our eBooks to listen to. Canopy I'll be going into. I get really excited when I talk about Canopy. There's also Flipster and Hoopla. So before I get too excited, let me go back to, okay. So we're at Cuyahoga Library, and we know Angeline said something, but we can't exactly remember what she said. If you just scroll down here, there is the digital collection. So this is all of, not everything, but this is a beautiful, if I may say, page. And then we have Ask Us Online. So if you have a question or if you're having trouble accessing something, this will email a librarian and one of them will get back to you within a few hours, or I should say a day or two, depending on our staffing. Or you can give us a call. Again, if we go up to the branches and click on Find Branches, you can click on any branch and give them a call and they can help you find something or help you navigate the site. They'll walk you through it. Okay, I'm going to minimize this. Okay, so over here, we have our eBooks and e-audiobooks. These you can listen to on a smart device or read on a smart device. You'll be going to the same website for both of these, but I know some folks have a preference. Excuse me. To get started, you'll click on here and you'll go to your app store to download Libby. And Libby is our vendor for eBooks. They're located right in Garfield Heights, which is super exciting, and they serve libraries nationwide. So you'll download this beautiful app called Libby. And once you have it downloaded, it will start asking you some prompts, asking you what library that you're a part of, as well as your library card. Again, if you don't have a library card, Overdrive has a really nice feature here. I'm going to go ahead and click here. And right there it says, no library card, no problem. And they will, you can sign up for an instant digital card that will work with Overdrive. Now, sometimes it can be a little confusing. This instant digital card works with Overdrive, but it doesn't work with the rest of the website. So the digital collection and the physical collection are separate. So this is our beautiful digital collection. They're set up for browsing initially. We have a writers series called Writers Center Stage, where we bring in some amazing authors throughout the year. The next one coming up is Min Jin Lee, who wrote Pachinko, which is a really fascinating book that's been used for lots of book discussions. There are also books coming soon as well as books you've probably heard about because they're really buzzy right now. Some blockbusters. I know everyone's talking about the Katie Couric book, but we also have The Christmas Dessert Murder, just in time for the holidays. So the books here, you'll see that like this one says available and this one says waitlist. Available means it's available for immediate download, and waitlist means that you'll have to wait for it. We do have limited copies of our digital, we have limited digital copies, so not everything is available all the time. Let me go ahead and click on something. We have romances. We have so many romances. Ebooks are so popular in romance. Let's see here. Neil Stevenson is coming to our From a Snow Branch next month. So before I go down a rabbit hole, let me show you how to check one out. So Dinner on Primrose Hill. So say you're browsing the catalog and you're like, well, that looks interesting. I'd like to learn more about it. You go ahead and you click on the cover. It will give you a description of the book. At this, you can also read a sample of the book if you don't want to commit to checking it out, if you want to see it's your speed. Or if you think that looks interesting, but you don't want to check it out right now, you can add it to your wish list. It's almost like your to be read pile. So this one is an ebook, a book that you would read. If it was an audiobook, I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. So audiobooks have this little headphone here. So this is a book that you would listen to. I'm going to click on this. If you wanted details about this, I believe it tells you how long it is. Yes. So listening to this book, it's 18 hours, 26 minutes, and 32 seconds. It's also one of the 10 best books of 2017. It was one that we could not keep on the shelves. So let me go back to Primrose Lane, if I can find it. If not, I will check something else out. Okay, we will check out Free Food for Millionaires. So I've read the description. I've learned more about it. I can go ahead and I'm going to click on borrow. Then I'm going to enter my library card number. And then my PIN number. If on your library card you created like a username, you could type that in there. Some folks like to use username. It's just easier to remember than a bunch of numbers. So then it gives me the option. I can check it out for 21 days, 14 days, or 7 days. And then I click on borrow. Because I'm on a computer right now, it gives me some options. We do have Kindle Books. So if you had the Kindle app, you could download books to read on your Kindle. Not all books are available in the Kindle format. That would be made, you could see that in the details. I'll go back and show you that one. Downloading the EPUB will, downloading the EPUB will download it to your smart device, whether that is a tablet or a smartphone, or super fun thing, you can read it right now in your browser. So here is Free Food for Millionaires. And here's the book. And I'm reading it just like a book. And this is similar to how it would appear on your smart device as well. But on your phone, you can change. Let's see here. to me. On your phone, you can change the font size, and I'll show you that. That's an audiobook. Read here, Libby. So this is mine. I have this with a black background because that's easier for me to see. That's not everyone's preference. But if I click the top here, I can click on font, and I can easily make this bigger. And then, yes, bigger. I can make the font bigger. So that I can read it more, which is a nice feature. It can go bigger than this. It will save the place that you're reading at. So if you have to put it down, same thing with the audiobooks. When you're listening to them, if you have to hit pause, you can do that. Let's see here, I have an audiobook here. So this is an audiobook. It's pretty easy to navigate. I would just hit play or stop. I've checked this one out a few times because it's really popular, and I'll be honest, I'm a really slow listener as well as a slow reader. So it takes me a while to get through books. But I just downloaded it again today, and it remembered that I was on chapter 17. And I can listen to this from here. I can also connect this to a Bluetooth speaker if you have one of those, or you can connect it to your car if you have a fancy car. I'll go back to the screen. So that's free food for that's an ebook. Over here, it says formats. So Kindle Book, Overdrive, Read Book, or an EPUB. If you only have a Kindle, there is a way to limit the items by Kindle. So when you're doing your search, click on advanced, and you can limit the formats to Kindle Book or audiobook. I see it's 4:31. I still have a whole bunch to get through. So, okay. So that is eBooks and e-audiobooks, and those are some of our most popular digital features. And you have access to thousands of items. They're immediately available, or you can go on a waiting list. One thing I wanted to show you, that if something you have to go on a waiting list for it, it will show you about how long you might be on the list if you were to get on it, which I think is really helpful. So if you were going on a vacation in 2 weeks and you wanted to read The Forever Dog, unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be available. So that's a pretty cool feature too. eBooks, audiobooks. Okay. So another popular item is magazines and newspapers. If you click on Access to Flipster, this gives you access to thousands of magazines. So let's start with Victorian Homes. So go ahead and click on that. It clicks on the latest issue. And you can just browse through it here. You can zoom in if you wanted to read it closer, or if you wanted to go straight to that article, you would click on the title. I know I did that a little fast. So let's see, I want to jump straight to Home for the Holidays. So here we are in the article Home for the Holidays. That font at the bottom is a little small for me, so I made it bigger. We can make it bigger even more. Click through the pages, read the articles. You can also print. If you wanted to, if there was a recipe or article, you could print right off of there. But this makes, you know, you have the whole, I mean, you have like the whole library magazine section right there in your pocket. Super cool. Let's see. It's organized by categories. Let's see here. We did some home and garden. Let's try some food and cooking and see what's available. All recipes, find Taste of Home, Rachel Ray, The Pioneer Woman. The holidays are here. So you have access to the magazine. It's just like having it in front of you, but you have it digitally. So it's like being subscribing to thousands of magazines without all the coffee table clutter. So amazing. So that's Flipster. And that will work again on your desktop or laptop, but it will also work on your tablets and your smartphones. Press Reader is like Flipster, but it is limited to, I shouldn't say limited, but it does newspapers. I'm going to go ahead and click on Browse the Catalog. They also have an app that you can access from the App Store or from the Google Play Store. Let's see, there's the Los Angeles Times, Newsweek, newspapers from other countries, newspapers in Spanish, Spanish edition, or so there editions. Let me take a drink. Popular magazine editions from other countries. Here, click on The Guardian. So here's the whole newspaper for you. This is a little small for me to read. So you can again click on it and it will get bigger for you so you could read the article. So that's Press Reader, and that's newspapers. There's also the Wall Street Journal. If you access it digitally, if you access it through our site, you do have to create an account, but if you go access it through our site, it will recognize that you're a member of the Cuyahoga County Public Library, and it will give you free access. Now I'll say a lot of our digital resources like Flipster and Press Reader, those ones, well, it all depends. Our resources are a little different in that how you access them. In most cases, you will need your library card or username as a starting point, but some services require an additional account, but access is still all free. The New York Times here, the New York Times and the Washington Post, you have to create accounts for, and they will give you what's called like a redemption code, and that will give you, I think, 24-hour access. And you'll have to keep doing that each time you access it. But here's the New York Times. That remembers me from last time. Oh, jinkies. Do you think I remember my account? No. So this will give you an access code, and then you'll be taken to the New York Times. You can also access the New York Times crossword puzzle, as well as the other games that are available through the New York Times, which I think is pretty cool. Over here we have Hoopla. Hoopla is really excited. It says it's comics and graphic novels, but it also has access to television shows and some videos. Hoopla does not have access to, sorry, my brain stopped working, eBooks and audiobooks. So sometimes that's confusing. But I like to show folks this one. On Hoopla, there is Acorn TV. So if you are a fan of the British television programs, this has all of those. You could start watching season 1 of 1912 right now. There's also some older shows, newer shows, movies. So Acorn is pretty exciting too for those British detective television shows. There are, again, graphic novels. Big Nate and New Kid are pretty popular with the middle school and grade school set. If you know of any middle school or grade schoolers, they can access them here. Sometimes in our branches, we don't have the entire series of a graphic novel series because it was printed 20 years ago. But there's a good chance that we would have it here in Hoopla. So if you know of someone who's a comic book reader or a graphic novel reader, you could find some pretty neat stuff here. Oh, look, there's Charlie Brown. So same thing with the eBooks, you would just click on borrow and then it would download it to your computer or to your device. So then we'll scroll down here. This is Canopy, and this is where I said I would get super excited. So Canopy is a free video streaming app / service. If you have either a smart TV or a Roku or an Apple TV or a Fire Stick or a tablet or a computer, you can access our Canopy catalog. Click on that. And the types of so it's like it's like Netflix, but it's free. There's some classics on there. There's some stuff from the 80s on there. But the Ken Burns documentaries and PBS specials are also on there. One that I have been enjoying is country music. There we go. The country music series. So to access catalog or to access Canopy, you would enter your library card number and also an email address. And then you can start browsing or start watching all of these movies, TV shows, there's series. Some things are only available for a limited time. There's themed lists if you like fright or horror or anything for Halloween. I imagine, they're recommended for me because I watch a bunch of kid stuff. There are family movies. So say the grandkids are coming over for the weekend. You don't have to subscribe to Netflix. You can watch stuff with them. There's also Canopy Kids, and I'll click on that. Canopy Kids is really fun. There's fun series for kids, such as Hero Elementary, Nature Cat, which are available through PBS. But there's also stories from Highlights Magazine. Sesame Street is on there. But what we love at home are these stories. So these are animated storybooks that are narrated. Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus is one of our favorites. We just learned about Scaredy Squirrel. Harry the Dirty Dog. If you have little people in your life and you want to entertain them for a little bit, these are some storybooks. So they're reading and watching TV at the same time. Again, Hoopla does have access to TV and movies as well. And Overdrive does have some videos. I have found on Hoopla and Overdrive that there are exercise and yoga videos on there as well. There's some chair yoga videos on there and just some interesting stuff if you're interested in viewing those. LinkedIn. Hoopla also has music on it. If you wanted to download some music, over on this right side here, There is kids and teens. These are some really fun resources for young people. Tutor.com is having like a digital or like an online tutor if you need help with homework. Tumble Books and Tumble Math are fun. With Tumble Books, it's I will just click on it. So there's the story of the day, read-alongs. These can help with beginning readers or students who, so it's like downloading picture books, and you can turn the narration on or off, which is fun. And then also Tumble Math, which is math games, measurement, addition, finance. That's one of our newer resources. Bookflix is a lot of fun. It's a lot like Tumble Books, so it's some digital books for children. And they're divided into different categories. There's some nice history ones in there, learning about different cultures. And then our digital books, our eBooks, we do have a kids section and we do have a teens section. And those are a lot of fun. So when you do initially start the searching, it will take you to Overdrive, but it is all limited to children's books. Halloween, Fall is Here, Learning to Read. So if you are going on a car trip or a plane trip or somewhere and you want to load up on a bunch of books, you can load them onto your device, and then there's no chance of losing them. One thing I forgot to say that I wanted to say, one of the most popular questions that I hear is what happens to the books after they are due back. So you don't have to worry about returning them. If you get to the end of your loan limit and you're done with the book, it will just disappear off your device. If you're not finished with it, there is an option to renew that item, and then it will check it out to you in then another 3 weeks. Or if the book is in high demand, you can get back on the waiting list for it and download it from there. When your book becomes available, they will email you, and then you will get the link to download that straight from there. Let's see here. So there's some online learning sites here. Creativebug is by Joanne Fabrics. This has, my goodness gracious, knitting video, so many craft things. I can't even begin to tell you. And all you need is your library card and your pin, and you have access to videos. It's like taking an art class in your home. The materials are there. There's creativity guides. It's just everything is on there, from sewing to knitting to journaling to collage, just fascinating. Linda, there's if it's on your list to learn a language, we have Mango Languages, which is fun. You would, create an account so it can remember where you are in your lesson. And there's languages on there. I know there's Spanish, Russian, Polish, just a ton. I couldn't list them all. I find this one fun. So LinkedIn Learning in Linda is usually a pay service, but with the library, you can access it for free. And there are dozens and dozens and dozens of learning tracks on here. So if you wanted to brush up on Excel, learn about photography, web development, time management, critical thinking, there are, again, just tons and tons of free virtual content and courses available to you. So one more thing I wanted to show you. So when you go to Cuyahoga Library and then you hop over to research there and click on resources, we do have a genealogy page, which is fun. So there's a lot of resources over here, including Ancestry. So there's a library edition that the library subscribes to, so you have free access. But what I wanted to show you was under resources, if we scroll down here, this is everything that we have. So it's listed alphabetically. I went past it. Consumer reports. So we subscribe to the digital edition, the online version of Consumer Report, which is so helpful when you are, buying something expensive or you want to learn more about the different options. I'm going to go to Dishwashers. And it has all the same information that is available through the Consumer Reports magazine. But this has the most up-to-date studies that they have done. It will give you a buying guide, which I find helpful. It goes over what the different, what their study was like, what their research was like, how they did their research, but also like what, black and stainless steel are popular. There's also white. They'll go through shopping tips. So you're not walking into, I can't remember where to buy. We bought our dishwasher right now. You're not walking into the store blindly. You have some information on hand. So that one's available under resources. The New York Times also has, I thought there was a crossword puzzle somewhere. There are encyclopedias. So these ones, when you're at home and you go ahead and click on these, it will ask for your library card number and PIN. There's Learning Express Library. So everything that I showed you on the other page is also available here. But the other page is a little more, there it is, New York Times games. So if you love the crossword puzzle, so if you love the crossword puzzle or any other New York Times puzzles games, there's Sudoku. There's these other games here that I was playing the other day that were fun. Spelling Bee. You have access to that for free through our website. So that is under New York Times games over here. Okay. So I feel like I've talked a ton and tossed a bunch of information at you, which I apologize. Again, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for right now so I can see your faces. I know I just threw a ton of information at you and you're like, what did that girl say about what? Any one of our librarians can help you. You can say, you can say, Angeline told me about the New York Times and they said, oh, okay, I can get you there. Or I'm trying to download this app, or where can I get the eBooks? Or we can try to do it over the phone. We do our best over the phone. But if you have access to a branch, we can, sit with you and walk you through it that way as well. You can bring in your phone or your tablet, or if you have a laptop, you can bring that in. And if staff are available, they can help you with that one. Again, you can give them a call, or you can visit the branch. Or you can give me a call or send me an email. I'm available too. I know that Carol called me. So I think Rebecca has my contact information. So anyway, I'm gonna zip my lip, and who has questions?
Angeline, this was so fantastic. This is I mentioned this is the second time I've been through a presentation about the county library's offerings, and I learned so much both every time. You never have to buy anything again.
Yep.
Get it to the library. I had a question about the borrowing library for the toys.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a process that the library does to disinfect those between patrons?
Yes, absolutely. So even before, we were always disinfecting them. So a toy is checked out, and when it's returned, we have like, it's almost like Santa's workshop back there, but we have a process for disinfecting and washing all of the materials before they go to the next customer. We have a washing machine back there. We have gotten, I shouldn't say that. Anything that we can't clean isn't in our toy library. So we do have a process of disinfecting everything, because we know how kids are, and they touch things and they wipe their noses and they put things in their mouths. So yes, everything is disinfected before it goes back to the next customer.
Good to know. What a wonderful resource if you have, little ones coming in around the holidays. That the Linda and the mango look amazing. I can't wait to check out Flipster, but I am going to open up the floor. I'm going to stop recording